As I analyze what happened in hindsight and real time on July 13th, there's a few points that I'd like to talk or mention that haven't sat well with me or I haven't been able to reason. Part of that is in the communication conversation of what happened that day and the abilities or lack thereof. The ability to communicate quicker between agencies is definitely a shortfall. That was not optimized in what we'd normally see in a presidential support mission. This all led to an obvious delay in communication when we were beginning to target and respond to the threat that was Mr. Crooks that day. The lack of coordination between tactical element leaders and the Secret Service left ground elements in the dark and prevented necessary time to prepare for specific venue considerations and needs prior to that event. All Overwatch, sniper, counter-sniper positions should have had direct communication with each other that day at that entire rally. Some of the technical difficulties that have already been mentioned that I'd like to echo is a lack of drone coverage or drone overwatch that day, which left many danger areas exposed and severely, and I say that again, severely, impacted the ability to secure the venue and the event itself. Other points of failure, other danger areas that have been noted, and I feel the need again to echo those, is the water tower that was located in the northeast section of the event. That's a major, if not catastrophic failure to not identify that is a elevated, optimal, and opportunistic place for anyone with any kind of knowledge to wreak havoc on that event. The task that day, broken down, included local law enforcement's responsibilities that include traffic, parking, and access were their primary roles. State law enforcement handled crowd control, medical support to those in need. Due to the temperature that day, there were a lot of heat casualties, a lot of heat strokes, a lot of heat stress-induced issues. The local counter-assault teams were to neutralize and mitigate any threat to the former president. Local SWAT counter-sniper teams were to scan and hunt for anyone deemed a deadly threat to any member of the crowd or the former president. In conclusion to what I have to say today, there's no question that there were critical failures during the Butler event. It is important that we learn how and why this security failure occurred so that we can better provide safety and security to those high-ranking officials and the general public in the future. I truly believe Americans deserve that. Thank you for your opportunity to testify before you today. Happy to answer any questions that you may have.